Good morning, Scott.
Morning, Nancy Jean. Good morning, everyone that's hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the orange monster was unusually crazy yesterday.
Yeah, I tried to watch it, but I couldn't follow it because it was no crazier than what I'd seen before.
Yeah, it was more unhinged. He lost all sorts of reality yesterday.
So that's different from the day before. How?
It's usually bad, but some of his talking points were really bad. And then he tweeted what looked to be a direct message to Pamela Joe Bondi.
Oh yeah,
And
the
then he
thing.
tried to cover it up by saying he's replacing a prosecutor with his
The head
insurance.
prosecutor, the head prosecutor at the FBI, is being replaced by a woman who is a backbencher at the trial he lost.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
former insurance attorney.
Mm-hmm.
So we're stepping up from parking garage attorney in New
I
Jersey.
don't know if that's a step up. I think I'd trust the parking lot for the insurance attorney.
Oh, good Lord. But yeah. Oh, I seen that too, Helen. They just dropped it.
Yeah, and they have pictures of it. I mean, they have photos. It was a trap. I mean, it was a thing set up.
Yeah. Nothing to see here in this FBI DOJ. Rose, I've heard Draw discuss front lobe dementia. Yeah, he's definitely going downhill.
Well, and the other thing that probably made him nuts last night was Australia, Canada, and UK all recognized Palestine yesterday.
I see that. And it's not going to make Bibby happy.
Bibi's another one that I wish Bibi had frontal lobe dementia. Then there'd be an excuse for it. He's just a mean person.
Susie's energy's crazy like now. Her give-a-hoots is out of order.
And that's, if you watched much about this eclipse and the one right before it, that's sort of a common aspect of the two of them. But
There is some solar activity going on.
Oh yeah, we got hit with 3G energy, 3G hit on Thursday from the sun.
I don't feel off. I don't feel off. What's up with the energy?
I don't know that I would know if I was feeling off at this point, except for conversation. I was telling Scott right before we came on, I was on a phone with one of my oldest friends. Oh, I couldn't figure out where I put my cards. Ooh. I was on a phone call with one of my oldest friends yesterday to talk to her about her birthday. And halfway through the conversation, we both stopped and we both said, we've had this conversation before. Now, we've had a lot of conversations in our life, so there's a lot of reason to believe we could be going backwards in time and things, but this was unbelievably deja vu. And all morning this morning, everything's felt off time-wise.
Missing time.
Missing time.
On the energy, I got three major arcanas that came out first.
Okay.
So you got card 15 is decision time. It's releasing things that hold you back. unnecessary worry. And then I
Mhm.
have the world. So everything's coming full circle. And then the high priestess. Reflections time. I think this energy is just making us reflect on what's important. You
That's
know,
that's
kind of helping us get ourselves out of our head.
right.
And then I have 10 of Michael, which is 10 of Swords.
I love that Ten of Michael you're looking at.
Yeah, it's an ending.
It's an ending. She's bowing out. It's Swan Lake time. You know what Swan Lake means in Russia, don't you? When they play that on the radio, the leader of the country's dead.
And then it says the Two of Raphael and talks about don't giving up on those you love. And then I come in last with the Queen of Ariel, Queen of Coins. So everything becomes beautiful. I think it's a lot of, I mean, it's we got the world, so it's obviously affecting everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So this release, that's what it feels like.
Well, what I got on the energy is we're going into a new place. That's the Ace of Wands. We're letting go of a lot of old strife, and that's a huge conflict. The problem is we don't feel like we're getting anywhere. We don't feel like we're escaping from it. We feel like we're caught in it. And that's true. We're solving a puzzle, a long-term puzzle, Seven of Wands, putting those together, making them work. Because this is my good card for the end, Scott. Transition.
Good, yeah.
So
Transition to a higher.
that's right. We're moving on. And it's, you know,
Okay. Maureen's been irritable always. No, I can believe that. The maggot crosses your path. Ugh.
well, they're in their death throes. You know what you know how whenever I think about MAGA now, we have, I don't know what kind of roaches you have in the rest of the world, but I live in an old building and we have kick-ass palmetto bugs. They're giant roaches. And we spray all the entries so that they get killed before they get in here. But the few that make it through, you always find them in the morning on their back, dead with their little legs up or still squirming with their little legs up. And that's where I think MAGAs are. So they're squirming with their little legs up in the air.
Yeah, they're still lost.
And that's not hate speech. I'm just talking about the roaches that die in my house. I want Not that I don't think they're going to come and close Scott and I down, but you never know.
Never know. So what were the revelations from Kamala's book?
Okay.
Due to the party, new direction. I've heard a few clips or read a few clips about it.
She's pointing out things that are obvious to all of us. Buttigieg was more welcome on Fox than he was on some Democratic groups because they wanted to use his intelligence, but they didn't want to acknowledge the whole man. She's absolutely right about that. And as a woman of color who was raised as a woman of color in the 1960s, she understands what it would take to get past the barriers of what other people think about Buttigieg and who he is. It's not a lifestyle he chose. It's just who he is. And the other one is, yeah, my first clue that we were not getting the whole story in the last campaign was when they talked about how seamlessly Kamala's workers were coming in with Biden's workers to run the presidential campaign. Kids, that wouldn't happen on a city council campaign. So you can just give it up. You think about the kind of ego you have to put up with the ego of politicians. And then put that in a whole room full of people that have built alliances with each other and then bring another group in on top of them. we are human beings at the end of the day. I didn't believe that one either. So what did you get, Scott?
So in the past position, I get 7 of cups.
Mm-hmm.
So we got some little bit of fantasy, wishful thinking. The star, faith and hope, and then the page of swords. Your spies, your deceitful people. So she tried to be the star, but maybe it was some wishful thinking and a little bit of delusion. In the current, I have the death card. So we've got a transition. 9 of Wands, defending your territory and son. I think she's going to be honest with the book.
Right.
Completely honest. Defending herself and creating a new beginning. Moving forward, I got Page of Wands, enthusiastically bringing out a message. The Devil and the Moon. And so, yeah, I think there was some backstabbing going on, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing with unpleasant people. And the moon is all about the secrets. So I think she's going to expose some details some people don't want to hear. Outcome. Queen of Cups. That's her. Self-improvement, intuitive, being the creative one. Justice. I think she's going to lay it out on the line. Bring in fair communications. Queen of Swords. She's a little bit bitter. And then 2 of Wands. Success through her voice. So I just think she's going to be honest.
I think she's going to be honest, but I'm going to tell you what I see for her is it was a battle to begin with, and she wasn't getting much help. This is a very painful situation, but she wants the pain and that stuff to be over, so she really feels like she has to speak her piece to get the piece over. Will it change things? I'm not sure. When transition's upside down, it's maybe. And then, but it changed her. She quit being the Queen of Pentacles. And the 3 cards I laid on that were, she didn't get what she wanted, but she's learning how to plant new seeds. So this is all about her growing. And us growing, because people need to understand. My almost headline of the morning, right after that, the top headline at Fox this morning is a big story on Martha Stewart. With all that's going on in the world, they got Martha Stewart at the top. But there was a story about that Democratic leaders, and I don't know if he's one of the ones calling for it, because when I read in it, I didn't see his name. But there was a big picture of Chuck Schumer trying to look like Chuck Schumer. He always looks to me like he's going to go out and get a pastrami sandwich. But anyway.
Who, Chuck?
Yeah, Chuck. But that they want to sit down and have a hard-nosed discussion with Trump about this shutdown of the government. And that could be a CYA move on the Dems' part, because if the government shuts down, the Republicans have got to move, or we're going to have no government the 1st of October, guys. So, and he's in enough trouble. I get a summary of headlines in the morning. That's the only headlines I really watch all day. And my first one was about how MAGA and the conservative right is tearing itself apart over Charlie Kirk's death. And, there's a lot of the important voices in MAGA that don't like this idea of censorship, because they're smart enough to know they can shut off Jimmy Kimmel, Joe Rogan can go too, if they start playing those games. So anyway, so there's an article about the big bag of rats all fighting each other. The second headline, and they kind of put these in priority, but the second headline was that since the 1st of September, which is the day that they drew these figures together, by the 1st of September that Trump's approval rating among the rich, and they count the rich anybody who makes more than $100,000, his approval rating has dropped 16% in 3 weeks. Now, Trump can afford to lose. I'm sure many of the people that are listening in our chat don't make $100,000 a year, and I certainly don't. So I'm not in that group. But to lose, I can tell you from all the stuff you saw Sean talk about numbers last week, I taught him that, and I try to keep my head out of it now. But that much of a loss, that has got to be scaring the crap out of the Republicans, if nothing else has gotten to.
No, they don't seem to care. They continue to go on whatever station and lie.
That's because they can't admit the economy's crashing. But Cece's right. They're doing everything they can. We won't have quarterly reports on economic earnings. We're going to start making them yearly or semi-annual or bi-yearly. And I mean, that's the kind of chaos business can't handle. And businesses are falling over it. I mean, I read yesterday that 2 other big chain stores that are located here in Texas just told their people Friday, don't come to work Monday.
Yeah, it's not good at all. And now Lutnick and all those other clowns are saying, oh, it's going to be good a year from now, a year and a half.
Yeah, they told us the price of eggs would drop too. Have you bought an egg recently? The only thing they're keeping low, and they're pushing this artificially low, is the price of gas. Because they know how Americans, every time they go up to the pump and fill their car up, and it's $10, $20, $30 more. They're doing everything, and people don't want to. They don't want to run into a Thanksgiving like the one we had during Carter's time, where the gas was so much higher that it was like buy a turkey to take to the family to eat together, or get the gas in the car so we could all go eat our turkey together. So, just saying, they're in a hell of a mess, and closing the government down on the 1st of October won't help. Even crazy Ted Cruz said that they're insane. He said they were nuts for pushing Kimmel off. Even crazy Ted knew it. So.
I was just looking at a comment. I look it up. She's asking about Lieutenant Governor Tressel. Well, I Googled and it says Tressel is the Lieutenant Governor, just nominated in February. He was an ex-coach. Doesn't say he was fired or anything.
Did he leave? Is he not going to run?
He says he won't run for governor. Unless you're meaning run. Oh, forced out. I thought forced out of office. I was reading that wrong.
Okay.
So Tressel said he's not running for governor, and she's asking, "Oh, it's going to be."
Well, my only question on that one, and it's not the kind I really like. I don't like winning or losing. Could Vivek even win? I mean, I know people in Ohio, and they can be strange, but I don't think they're that strange.
He's a weird dude. I don't know. He's got enough in him. Okay.
Are we asking, can Vivek win?
Yeah, this is Vic Ramos. MAGA Swami have a chance at winning governor in Ohio.
Oh, God, no. I mean, I have 2 reverse nights in a 5-card reading. I mean, this is going nowhere. Yeah, he thinks he can because he doesn't understand how bad he got whooped last time. And believe it or not, his wife is behind him to do this. But these are 2 cards of importance. No, he has no money to get there, and he has no brains to get there. So Did
Um,
they?
I do have some good cards for him at the beginning, but the end shows a tower.
Oh, well.
So
My first two were the knights. I mean, reversed.
yeah, I had a Knight of Coin and Knight of Cups. I don't do the reversals, but
Yes.
I think he's just got name recognition from running for president and and with the Six of Cups, and but then there's some secrets or whatever, some dark energy with the moon coming in with running. But then it shows it's going to be a failure with the tower.
How many more weird people like that can we have? Did we ask about cash yet?
No, we did not talk about Mr. Bug Eyes, Mr. Liar. That hearing was disgraceful.
Oh, God.
Future of JD. Okay. Clear.
Let's ask if JD replaces him, because we're already having weekend at Bernie's with Trump now. I think they could hold that on for a while longer.
Definitely, and there's a big problem with the military going ahead with those orders to kill those people out in international waters.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's a crime itself for doing this order.
That's a crime, isn't it? You were in the military. I don't know.
Yes,
I thought it was. But...
doing you have an oath to the Constitution. You still have a responsibility of doing an order that's illegal.
Mm-hmm.
It's still on your, just because higher ups say go kill these people.
Lord Mucky Muck says go shoot him. You don't have to. I thought that's what the Nuremberg trials were about.
Okay.
Okay, I got that JD's on a rough voyage.
JD future.
And then I got no, and no, because JD hasn't made, the people are very undecided about him and they think he could be manipulated. No joke. He's not their pick. They're going to try to set up so somebody else gets in there. That's not going to work either. And it's because they're all just not getting along.
What, you're thinking beyond, or?
That's, I said, and I asked if he's going to do it. And I said, would he last the remainder of the presidency? And it said no, because there's going to be a huge fight. A whole lot of stuff's going to come out. People are going to, but it's mostly because there's no there at the center of the White House. Y'all have to understand. In the races Republicans have won, they only won them because Trump was there. If Trump dies, they have nothing left. And they have no leadership left they can all squeal on each other and bury each other. What we put in the place of that transition, I have no idea. But the U.S. didn't know what it was going to do before Lincoln went to Ford's Theater, and it did it. I mean, we made it through. So I think we'll make it through. But I just don't see these clowns pulling it together. What'd you get? Scott sees him taking over the world, and we should all leave.
Yeah, that would be possible too.
You're closer to the border. I can't make it that far.
The past, I get 2 pages. Page of Cups, 2 of Swords, page of Swords. So it almost feels like at first he was a spy or something. He had a choice of what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think someone gave it an offer
Mm-hmm.
page. Currently, the Sun, Queen of Cups, and Knight of Swords. We got a battle on our hands right now.
Right.
Everything we're seeing. Queen of Cups is my United States card, the way
Mm-hmm.
it should be. But there's definitely a battle going on with that Knight of Swords. The balance is shifting. Moving forward, I get the Ace of Cups, Four of Swords, Six of Cups. Ace of Cups is getting the ring. Four of Swords is hanging low, not really taking charge. The Six of Cups makes me feel like, well, that would be his step up, what normally would happen. The outcome is complete failure. Three of Swords, doomed, heartbreak. Ten of Swords, stabbed in the back, complete disaster. Knight of Cups, trying to be in charge, but then I have a death card. Complete ending. It's chaotic. He will not be president in a either like a long-term capacity or
Even a short-term one.
this is a bad read.
Oh, I heard the best name for J.D. Vance. I heard a reader who calls him Mr. Maybelline because he wears mascara and wears the eyeliner.
Yeah, this is strange energy. That's bad.
Yeah,
Three of Swords, Ten of Swords, and death. Dying.
but everybody remember we just went through a solar eclipse that nobody saw but the penguins and a few people in South New Zealand. And I'm not saying they're penguins. I'm just saying that. But it was a very obscure place. It wasn't even a complete solar eclipse. It went to a crescent. And those are very confusing times. Oh, the Maybelline Queen. That makes fun. I like that one.
And we got Shady Vance.
Yeah, shady, I know. Somebody in the chat says in the GOP corruption is not considered a crime. No, it's considered a merit badge worthy behavior.
It seems that way. They don't care. And only Vivek is running for the R side. Oof. That is bad if no one's primarying. When the orange one went to the UK, he took his own bed sheets. Oh, good Lord. There's a woman running on the Democrat side for Ohio.
We can ask if a woman can win in Ohio.
So the obvious choices are Amy and Vivek.
Okay.
According to what we know.
This is today.
Today's energy. Obviously 14 months away. General. Okay, add those two who will win.
Oh my God. Yes, she can. It's tight, but this is the woman. and she gets the world, which is achieving the ends. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. People are going to lie, cheat, and steal. What'd you get? Queen of Cups?
Queen of Cups, my first card.
That's what I got. Queen went once, and then I got, she's going to have the money behind her. And she's going to have to fight against some of the power structure that's there, which may mean there may be problems within the organization of the Democratic Party of Ohio.
Good Lord.
What?
There's going to be some bad stuff coming out of from Vivek, about Vivek.
It's coming out about somebody.
Ten of Swords, justice on the King of Wands, about some money given or taken or whatever, and then we have a death card and the moon. That's another bad read. Vivek, I don't know. There's some bad stuff coming up for people before 26. JD had a horrible. Now Vivek's got a horrible. It's almost like there's a total shift before 26. And some bad stuff's going to be happening to some bad people. These cards don't fly out for no reason.
No.
So I think there's going to be a complete change in government before 26 elections.
I do too. Is it true that I know international companies are buying up land, but they're owned in part by J.D. Vance? It's one of the questions in the thing. Do you know anything? I've never heard anything about that, Scott. So I don't
J.D.
know.
Vance owns what?
How are the farmers handling the information?
Oh, was that up high? I missed that.
Yeah, it's at 10:06. And I know this woman checks that she's going to watch my show. She should have put a question in early because you make it hard on us. Make us work.
And, Debbie.
Debbie 350 girls.
How are the farmers handling the information that the interest coming down? It's just a special member.
I'm going to ask two questions. Is it true?
About the farmers, they're severely stressing out about the market.
Well, isn't Nebraska going broke because it has no one to work?
Yeah, I have stealing employees and stealing markets.
Mm-hmm.
And they could okay. There's a video from
I absolutely got it's true that he's in the company. I got a 5-card all yeses. Upset the farmers. And it's going to upset the farmers, but they don't. Right now, they're still having to convince their own it's the truth.
I'm not sure what that means, Cece. It said all the farmers are millionaires. Not true.
No. We're not talking about the land grab farmers that have been out there since Carter's time buying up huge chunks of land. We're talking about the farmers who really run farms.
I mean, it affects the soybean farmers in Wisconsin too, all over.
Mm-hmm.
They have nowhere to go with their beans.
Yeah, because they all went to China, and they're not going to China now.
A company JD owns is called Acre Trader. How can he own a company?
He can have a blind trust that he's not supposed to be part of. Remember, that's how they used to run it. Remember when Jimmy Carter sold his peanut farm so he wouldn't have any argument in agricultural issues? How many agricultural issues circle around peanut farms? But
I don't know. There seems to be something magician, making money, and conflicts of interest.
Yep.
So there's something there.
So if they bankrupt the farmers, then they can buy their farms.
Unbelievable.
Do you remember the post-Vietnam movies where they were selling the? Well, your farm got caught up in some of that. True.
All right, Debbie does tea leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Good. We could use some.
We need a timeline shift.
Shift into the correct direction.
Remove the maniac.
What?
Remove timeline shift to remove the maniac.
Oh yeah.
People with ethics like Carter. How quaint. I miss the good old days. True. Okay. Okay, we did Kamala's book. Okay. I guess the big question around the internet is, was that Robertson a lone wolf? A lot of weird stuff with reporting.
Okay. You want to ask if he's a lone wolf first, because that takes care of a lot of the other speculation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what the cards say. It's almost like the FBI are purposely ruining the
Investigation, so they can't convict the kid.
Okay. Mr. Tyler Robinson. Were you alone? Wolf on a mission. Tyler Robinson. Were you alone? Wolf?
No. No. And he was trusting on those other people being out there. He just felt like he was part of a conspiracy that was solving a problem. That's the yes. This is a no card. They didn't go along with him. This is a no card. They never told him the truth. And he was inspired by the actions of his mother. I guess.
Inspired by the mother.
And as a mother, don't blame mothers for everything. But.
So I get the Tower, King of Coins, and Page of Swords in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of drastic change to a wealthy person or whatever. So I'm thinking this is CK. And then here we got a young man doing some action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I have King of Cups, Decision and Justice. King of Cups is usually an empathetic family man. But it doesn't feel like it in this situation. So it's like, what do I need to do? I have a choice. And to balance the situation with the Justice Judgment card here. My courthouse is justice judgment. Life, purpose, clarity, seeking consequences. Evaluating. So here, the King of Cups could be him.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's him. I think he really wanted to do what he thought was right.
Yeah, I think he was trying to do something right.
But he was with other people. Do you see him with other people?
Not together. My outcome card is Page of Wands. So here your speaker, what's being put out to the public, Knight of Coins, and King of Swords. So here's your multiple people together.
Mm-hmm.
So we got an authoritarian leader, which is probably Kash Patel. Knight of Coins would be the FBI and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
The patience and the hard work. And they're messing up the messaging. That doesn't tell me if he was, if others were involved. This shows to me that he didn't like what CK was talking about, and he took it upon himself to seek justice. I'm not getting in this scenario he was ordered to do something or other people involved. This is, and the ending is saying they're messing up the process. That Kash Patel is messing up the process. I guess I'd have to throw something else to clarify, but that's not showing like multiple people involved, a spy, or I mean, not a spy, but a conspiracy. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. I'll try that. Think of it a different way. How can I think of this question differently? You know, like what was reported that he was on that Discord, and I have no clue how that works, but it's a lot of chatting or gaming or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people felt the same way, especially with his favor for that other Looney Tune. Ian thinks this was a pro hit and not Robinson. Okay, I'll try different. Did Tyler actually?
Wait, I'm going to ask if Robinson's bullet's the one who killed him.
I'll try that. Yeah. Was Tyler Robinson, King of Wands, Secrets.
We're finished with this show. I'm going to have to spray these cards individually with Palo Santo.
Yeah. So freaking
No, it was another male.
so freaking weird.
It was a guy trained as a soldier. And he was paid to do it.
Good Lord. I have a magician,
Mm-hmm.
King of Wands, and then the moon. That's showing some secrets not exposed here. Some magicians, some sleight of hand with a King of Wands, some kind of intelligent person. And then the moon, we got some secrets. Next three show a mom heartbroken. Her energy and spirit is broken. That just, I don't know, that doesn't seem to mix in there. And then we had the Ten of Swords, a complete failure, Ace of Wands, and more heartbreak. And karma and broken. So strange. Something definitely doesn't seem right.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a magician creating something in secret. crazy.
Another question we can ask: was he a dupe? I mean, did they set him up and he didn't have any idea?
Well, I seen a behavioral analysis type guy
Mm-hmm.
go. Somehow I found it on YouTube. It just popped up, but he went through the sentencing when Mr. Robinson was in the first court hearing, and when he said, when the judge said about the crimes that he's being put forth with,
Mm-hmm.
he slightly shook his head yes. And other reactions he showed, it was very slight, but he showed he was agreeing that he did the things.
Yeah, he was. I got it. I got yes and no on was he a dupe? I think he was there to do what he thought he was trying to do. I don't think he understood how they were going to make sure the guy was dead.
Well, if there was another guy, there would have been more bullets. There's only one bullet reported shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I don't understand it either.
Because if there was another shooter, there would have been two boom booms.
You'd think.
Spidey, I'm not sure if it was him, but well, you know, you just know what I'm saying. Even if there was a silencer,
Can they put silencer on great big guns like that?
not really. You're still gonna hear a pop. So let's say Tyler shot and another bullet shot. Where did Tyler's bullet go? He would have hurt someone else.
Mm-hmm.
This is so weird.
Well, maybe we should not ask anymore. It's making my mind get foggy.
Yeah, it is weird. Everything's strange. Someone asked about the text messages reported. That doesn't feel. I think it was put out like reported.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, like, or transcribed. You know,
Mm-hmm.
not the actual, text message. So it feels embellished. You know, like Ian's gonna say something that'll blow our minds. 45 knew it was gonna happen before it happened. He thinks it's a cover up.
Oh.
Mimi. The text read like a blend of a romance and dragnet police drama by chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Boom.
I
Boom.
don't think
Boom.
I don't feel you're right. I don't believe it was the actual chat. I think it was embellished. And that is wrong, and it could really blow the case.
Well, with this FBI, do you think there's going to be a case?
It doesn't sound like it. What is? Your spirit. I watched a clinical psychologist show, original vid, the court hearing. The nod on the original doesn't nod until the end, not when the charges are read. Okay. Um, Yeah, that was all weird too, Jeff. There, the backpack was not big enough to hold a weapon of that size, and it can't be broken down. And then change clothes. It is weird. It was. Okay. We did that.
Thank you, Priscilla. I will use your comment. It's about my thing about roaches and MAGA. She said she pictures all the little roaches with little red MAGA hats.
I seen someone make a comment about ants. I remember where it was, but if you put red ants and black ants in a bag together, they're not going to do anything.
But when you mix them up.
But when you stir the pot, the red ants will kill the black ants. Jennifer asked about the 3-eye atlas.
I talked to my expert on this field yesterday, Dr. Gale, and her theory is the reason we can see it is because the aliens that are flying it live a lot of their life in the dimension of 4D. And since so many of us are elevated now, we can see them. These guys have been flying in here for years. There recently was a whole dog and pony show of pictures gathered from the Palomar telescope in the 1950s before we had satellites up there. And anyway, it's just another one of our friends buzzing through the universe. You want to explain what 3-eye atlas is?
I have no clue. I looked it up quick, and it says it's a
comet.
Comet with a tail. Yeah, there was a. We'll go back to this. Everyone's talking about it.
Okay.
I did see video when he was walking. He had the rifle down his leg because he was holding the one leg straight. And then there was another part in the video where it was gone. So maybe that's when he dumped it or something. But anyway, yeah. So continue with the comment.
Oh, no, I'm just saying that what that comet is, there's a lot of flurry about it, but there's also a lot of people looking up because of solar flares and actions on the Earth and all that kind of stuff. So I asked Dr. Gale if it was an occupied spacecraft coming through looking like a comet, and she said that among the people she deals with that go up in that world, which I don't go up into, is that it is, if they're out there, they're 4D, and that's why we can see them, because all the other spaceships that are around us, and they're around us, we can't see because they're 5D and 6D. Bermuda Shaman, what's in it for the Taliban? Why would they give that man the time of day?
I don't know if you've seen, but the orange one is they're crying now. We need to take back that air base in Afghanistan. Claiming that we built it, but from what I read, Russia actually built it.
Yeah, we fixed it when we got in there, though.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I had a friend who was the military officer in charge of all the infrastructure in Afghanistan. When he went in there, he built all the stuff, and that's one of the things he built. And they wouldn't let him out of the military because you know how they have that thing, if they trained you, they get to hold on to you forever. And so he had to stay forever because they wanted him to try and pull out or destroy as much of the infrastructure as he could. And he just, all he wanted to do was pull out of the military. So
Ah, blessings, Jeff. Thanks, bud.
Thank you, Jeff, if that's what I think it is.
What? Why does Orange Caligula want to get back to the base? Oh, I just think it's something he heard again. It's how his brain works. He's seen a video or he's seen something, and now it's like the windmills.
Mm-hmm.
Something gets in his brain, and then he thinks he's got to take this back.
It's like wind farms seriously killing birds. I mean, they kill birds that are stupid enough to fly into them.
So yeah, there's nothing in it for us. It's just a weird thought in his brain again. That's what I'm just getting, is like he's focused on that for some silly reason. There's no reason the United States needs to have that base back or be occupied.
He likes it when they talk about Afghanistan because that's the thing he set up that made Joe Biden look really bad. The pullout that he said we're pulling out on this date, and that was his deal, and then Joe had to go ahead and do it. He likes anything he can find that he can make.
Yeah. Build a hotel on the base. Sure. God, he's so gone. What's up with the UAP that got shot by a missile and didn't phase it? Oh, I happen to see that video. Did you happen to see that video?
No.
So there was a video being shot, don't know where, but there's this white blob or whatever, just, and there was a missile, military missile that shot at it. Just bounced right off. Didn't do a thing. It just kept going. It kind of deflected it a little bit and just like.
Oh well, that's another one of our friends that are going to come save us. Except we'll be angry and we'll shoot at them, and then they've got stuff that can do that, and we'll be all gone. So.
Kathy, I bet it had shields up, like in Star Trek. We can't shoot those things down.
Go to Skinwalker Ranch.
No thanks.
No, and they're not going to.
We spoke about Homan taking bribes. I mean, there's the proof there. There was a sting that he took the bribes. I'm sure the whole administration took bribes through crypto or given shares or whatever. They're only in it for themselves, and they lie like crazy. He looks like he's chewing on a wasp. Excellent, Ian. You're hilarious.
Ian, you're right. I talked to a friend of mine who's military, who is in those kinds of things, shooting at people. And he got the whole map because he doesn't have much. He's retired. He doesn't have much else to do now. He looked at the map and he said that bullet did not come from where they said it came from. So, what's coming for Wild-Eyed Monster Patel? How about ophthalmic surgery? Fix that up. They can't afford to let him go because even though he looks crazy, people will believe him if they let him go and he starts telling the truth. Because I'll bet you a bunch of these folks carried out the receipts so they can prove what they're saying is true. So.
What's going to happen The future of cash.
What it got right in the middle. Judgment. It's coming, but it's going to because people conspire against him, and he's going to walk right into it. But it's not going to make him go away, and he's not going to spill the answers. So they'll go make him ambassador somewhere.
He's not qualified for that either.
Well, neither are the rest of them that they just put in charge. Guilfoyle, or whatever her name was, they made her ambassador to Greece, was it? Something like that?
Now she can go sit in the other part of the other world and out of the Trump's way. Crash Patel. I got 2 nights surrounding justice in the past.
Mm-hmm.
He should have never been there, obviously. But he was surrounded by legal things that he got into, but obviously got out of.
Mm-hmm.
9 of Cups. That's the party card, feeling all good. Knight of Cups. You got the protection, and then Ace of Pentacles. I think he's just doing everything for money right now. He got handed something to protect whatever he can. Moving forward, though, I have a Queen of Pentacles, Tower, and King of Wands. To me, this feels like some damaging whistleblower stuff. Queens are the women. This could have to do with the Epstein case. But there's going to be a catastrophe coming up for cash here. Outcome, death. He's going to be gone with the Chariot. Magician, 4 of Cups. There's something coming up for him that, so we got a magician coming in. Someone on the outside, someone who's really good with, information, bringing up cases or something. But they're kind of laying low right now with that 4 of Cups. Yeah, he's going to be gone with that death card and a Tower coming up quickly.
Ooh.
But I'm not sure how that works.
It works. Somebody in the government wants him dead.
Yeah, it's more of a quick removal than, the normal process. Strange times. So it doesn't feel like 45 is going to be like, you got to go.
No, the same people that wanted Charlie Kirk to shut up. What amazes me is all these clowns followed this guy, and he thought women shouldn't vote, women shouldn't leave the house. He really wanted us back in. And who do they name to be a successor for his organization? His wife.
His 33-year-old wife that's over the hill, supposedly, according to him.
Mm-hmm.
He said women over 30 are past their prime. They serve no purpose.
Well,
he's a bad dude. He
Yeah.
was a bad dude. Collins Aerospace. Experience a cyber attack. What countries are responsible? Collins. Where's Collins? Is that in the United States?
It's a Texas-based company, but it was their European end that got hit. It blocked a bunch of They broke through a bunch of cybersecurity.
Oh,
I'd have to ask Susan how they did it. I never did when I saw it come through.
and then it's that. Who's responsible for the cybersecurity attack in aerospace? Feels like Middle East, like maybe Iran,
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Okay, I'm going to ask the Middle East, and then I'm going to ask the other obvious place, which is Russia, because the more they can screw up anything that happens in Europe, the more it helps Russia right now.
Well, my Russia card, the Empress is blocked out, is restricted right now.
Yeah, Russia got nowhere. Okay, it was those together though. Russia still has effect on countries in the Middle East. So if the Middle East helped, but I got Russia wanted it to happen, but it came from the Middle East.
That's what I'm thinking. You know, because we have a magician, you know, a creator of all, doing some dark things, but there's people with agreements. But yeah, I got my Russia card being Eight of Swords is restricted. They couldn't quite do it, whoever those guys are, but yeah, my Three of Coins would be like cooperation, working together. So yeah, that was my first instinct when I thought about it, was directly from Iran or something around there. Because to me, like, Israel feels a little busy. They're trying to start a war with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you, Caltech. This is true, Debbie. Iran and Russia are hand in hand. What? Erica Kirk?
Dirk? I don't know who that is. Who is that?
Well, it's Kirk. I'm
Okay.
sure. It's the only Erica we know nowadays.
Okay.
Supposedly worked for the Miss America pageants. For Orange one.
Oh.
Jesus. I'm not gonna read on that one, but
I don't want to read any more on those slimy bastards. No offense to their slimy bastardom, but
Indigo Child. Patel knows a lot about the Epstein files.
everybody knows a lot about the Epstein files. Don't blame poor little cross-eyed Joe.
Yeah, I mean, they know what's going down. I mean, he didn't work on the redactions, but he was briefed. You know, him and Pamela Joe. So, how many times was 45 in there? More than you want to know.
Was it like the 2025 thing? And he said, I've never heard of it. And he was on every page.
Yeah. He was only mentioned
you would have had to read that to know that.
Read sometimes. Erica Kirk is 36. No, I heard she was 33. I could be wrong.
Why'd he marry her? Wasn't he to like 29 or 30 or something?
Yeah, not long ago. But according to his philosophy, she was too old.
That's screwy to begin with.
Okay. Looked at that.
Thank you, Jennifer.
When will these soap opera clowns be dismissed? It all depends. Okay. So supposedly Congress needs what? One more signature in the House.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's a rule. That's just a rule or a proclamation to get a vote.
That's one of those gentlemen agreements that were made among gentlemen and don't help anybody.
Yeah. So they need one more, but it supposedly forces a vote, from what I understand. So basically, will the House, let's just say, will the House get an order, a voted order to get the files, to release them?
Okay.
I mean, the committee's already got approval, but Kamala Joe is delaying. 2 committees got an order.
They need to really rebuild the jail cells that are at the bottom of the Congress, so they have a place to throw these things, you know.
Okay. What's going to happen to these files in the House? What's going to happen to these files in the House?
October. I got 2 10s. October. And we get the goods.
Oh, beautiful. Ace of coins?
Yep. And it's because they're going, you know what's helping them? All those rallies Bernie's having in all those deep red areas, those politicians are going to crater because they don't know how to win a race unless it's just handed to them. It's October. Yay. Because I'm so tired of reading about when they're going to be let loose.
Yeah. I did get the Ace of Coins of them coming out. They're working hard to obstruct yet.
Mm-hmm.
Action from it happened, and there's still moving on up. There's still a lot of arguing. You know, like for some reason this feels like Massey, the one leading the charge.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, bringing that energy forward to make it happen, but then you got all these people arguing. We can't do it. But the outcome is, yeah, we get it. Sword of Truth, my angel card of inspiration and love for those victims, and then 6 of Cups, the truth coming out from the 6 of Cups. We get it. They're just in the stage of current. So I didn't get a timeline on my cards. But yeah, we're just in the current stage of arguing, and we can't. But prosperity comes with the Ace of Coins later. So I didn't get my moon or 10 card. But it's coming.
I got 10s and I got 10 swords and I got the 10 of, was it the 10 of which?
Yeah, I think 2 weeks ago we were getting October too with that when we read.
Mm-hmm. Can't find it. I shuffled them all.
Okay. Nat was wondering about Little Johnson caving. It ain't up to Little Johnson. He's going to obstruct. I don't see him having any courage yet.
No, we don't. They're not going to do it. He's not going to do anything till Grindr releases their files.
Grindr releasing the files on Little Johnson.
Mm-hmm. Perfect name for the man.
So yeah, supposedly they closed near Alcatraz, and there's like 16 or 1,800 people missing. No records, no lawyer access. They don't know what happened to the people,
Okay.
according to the government.
Okay. I'm going to ask if there are missing people, because that place was so thrown together. It would be really easy to lose, get your records so screwed up. And as we all know, all those Hispanic people have the same last name. And I was told that one time by a political consultant. He said, can't you go through the voter rolls and get rid of all the Hispanic voters? Because they never vote in the primaries. And I said, how the hell am I going to do that? He said, well, they only have like 5 last names. And I had the total skills to do it, and I didn't do it. He was offering me a lot of money to pull them out of the database. Not permanently.
What happened to the people? What happened to the people?
I got my 2 nights again. No action was taken because they were inflating the records for money. Those people never existed.
Oh, good Lord.
Nope, never did. Never did. They wanted the money, and that's how Miller could keep proving his worth. And it was bad counsel. And this, unfortunately, the King of Swords upside down is my Miller card. So those people never were there.
You're probably not 1,600, but I could believe that. Or inflated numbers to just collect. So get the 8 of Wands. So there we got movement of people, Queen of Swords, and 9 of Coins. So there we got. Yeah, there's the money in the past here. Deceptive tactics with the Queen of Swords.
Just imagine all those people that made money. Didn't they get $1 a head or something? I mean, wasn't there a head count towards their remuneration? There's all sorts of reasons why people would be ripping this thing off.
Oh yeah, that's for profit private prisons. They get like $750 a day last I read, which is insane. Okay, current energy. I got 10 of Wands. There's some burdening. 6 of Wands in the world. So I think what people were there got shuttled around different places. The actual people coming. There was reports of the inhumane conditions, but 1,800, probably not. They're trying to cover up something here.
See, when they put them on airplanes, the airplanes have to count because they have seats or they had something they put them in. So They know how many they carried there. But you're taking truckloads, you run a truckload through, you got a couple empty truckloads in there. The people in Florida that run the prison for hire are going to say, oh, yeah, that's how many people we got. They're all crooks and thieves and horrible people.
Yeah. Here again, I got the money, government making money, the Hierophant. Getting great treasures with the Queen of, or the 10 of Coins from our government. Through the United States, whatever. But it could have been Florida, could have been, some organization. Outcome. I got the 5 of Swords. So then we got some struggles there. The Hermit, they're not going to get to the bottom of it. 5 of Cups, this people lost. And the Queen of Coins, it feels like there's some shame there. I'm not really seeing a resolution here. They're just kind of like, oh, well, it's a lost deal. The Hermit is not getting involved. The Hermit's not a revelatory card. Yeah, it's basically like, oh, well, they're lost. It's over. We made a bunch of money.
Contractors made their money putting up all them big fences.
But yeah, it just feels like they were spread out. I don't know. As far as I know, they let them go. It doesn't feel like, murder or anything like that, or taken to Venezuela or whatever.
The disruptions in Europe were in their air transportation system. There was, nothing makes people more angry than hanging in an airport, let me tell you. That'll start a riot.
Well, there's already someone that won that 218th vote.
Mm-hmm.
When they're sworn in yet. I can't remember
Virginia's sworn in.
So Virginia did?
Mm-hmm.
They get sworn in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be another. There's three.
Mm-hmm.
There's three special elections.
Yeah, I wouldn't fly in an airplane anywhere in the world right now.
It's true, Celtic. It's ripping off money from the government. That's what Christy Nome and all these other people are doing constantly. They're living large.
Troask backwards, and I always have to say that very carefully.
That's why I just call him Jeff, because it's easier than Taro.
I've never been formally introduced to him, so I don't feel like I could do that. Does Jeff have a channel?
Yes. Yes, he does.
Well, Jeff, email me and we'll get you on Psychic Profiles.
Oh, yeah.
And yours is going up next week one day, Scott. I'm not sure which yet. But
whichever day's slowest?
No, whatever day I don't go to the chiropractor. Because when I come back from the chiropractor, I'm doing 3 days a week at the chiropractor. And they're sort of bending and stretching me in ways. But that's okay because it's really helping.
Yeah. We were getting back in February, whatever. September is going to be rough.
Mm-hmm. And then they say after these eclipses, and tomorrow, remember, everybody go out and thank the universe for moving us to moving. And it's sort of an odd thing to say, but we're switching into the fall, the real fall, the one that happens in September, not the weatherman fall. And it's tomorrow. And you can look it up on Google for the exact time in your place, but light a candle to it. Be really nice because this is the planet's descent into darkness. So we get shorter days now. So I'm going to go out and talk to Hogarth, my tree.
Gabby's flying to Tennessee. Well, safe flights. Okay. How is next week going to be compared to? Are we going to calm down or is it going to be rough?
I'm going to get a different deck because that one's pretty oogie. I mean, it's really hard to shuffle right now. It's like, no more energy.
I don't think we're over with the mess yet.
Well, if you were to wake up tomorrow as all sunlight and roses, would you believe it?
No.
No. Okay.
I don't think we've hit the tower moment yet. The energy towards the tower is still coming. Eight of Wands, Tower, and Two of Coins. So we got a tower still coming yet. So there's something bigger coming up.
It's going to be a good week, though.
Generally, okay, but we're going to face something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably politics, most likely, because we can control our own space. It's what we...
Yes. Also control what you bring into your space and don't bring in anything that makes your heart stop or gives you fear.
Liz read the rapture is supposed to happen the 23rd. Oh boy.
Oh, I've been through so many of those in my life, dear. I've given up. I actually had a chance at the rapture and I didn't take it, so screw that. I'm not doing it today or tomorrow or the 23rd, as far as I know.
I think there's big revelations next week.
Yes. What I got, what you got? Oh,
Justice,
uh-huh.
the Fool,
Mm-hmm.
and the Sun.
So cool. You picked the same card people I picked to read for this week. What else you got? You got anything else or you want me to go?
No, I'm just doing those 3 or those 6.
I got the 3 of Cups. People are really coming together. It's not completed yet. The whole crop isn't in. That's 7 of Coins. But there's going to be, by the middle of the week, there's going to be a lot of sharing and caring. 6 of Coins. And somebody's going to have nightmares. 9 of Swords.
Good.
But the end of the week is the Sun. Isn't he a bright, sunny card?
One, too.
Sunny card?
Excellent. Yeah, I think so too, Celtic. News feed's going to be crazy.
It's crazy now.
Well,
somebody asked me if did I know that, sent me a thing and said, I wanted you to see this. I just stumbled upon it. And it was an astrologer that was praising how everything's going so well for Trump. Yeah.
What feed was he seeing?
I know. I said, this is a person who went on a trip in the 60s when I was in college and never came back.
Good Lord. Yes, please. Hit the like.
Yes, like. And you guys really want to help us? You know, somebody you think would like to hear our blabblings? Share this with them and say, you ought to try this on Sunday morning. I like it, or whatever. And
are they starting a war with Venezuela to get the oil?
No, they're starting war with Venezuela so they can look like they're big guys. I mean, you know, who are they going to beat up in South America? They're already losing us our coffee, which, by the way, if the coffee you like is imported, and most of it is, you better start buying it now, because they've already run out of the tea I like, the black tea that I like that comes out of India. You can't get it anymore.
Yeah, coffee price has been weird. It's like sometimes I see, depending on where I go, sometimes it's up a few dollars, other times it's doubled, and then it comes back down, and then it's back up again. It's all over the place.
We're all going to be paying Starbucks prices even at home soon. I don't drink that much coffee, but I have noticed. But boy, it hurt me when I couldn't get my black tea. We all have our thing, guys. I know it sounds shallow. Beef too.
Beef is kind of weird right now. Because I deliver it, I see the prices. Certain things are up. Other things have not gone up. Which is kind of strange. But the weirdest thing that is up is the scraps that is made for hamburger. That is up like close to $2 a pound more, which is ridiculous. The hamburger is the scraps. You know, ground burger, whatever, that's the scraps of the meat with 20% fat in it, right?
Right.
That makes no sense why that is up. Because you don't use the scraps, it's just thrown out, right? That's the crazy part, why this pricing is going on, why hamburger is so crazy. But the weird thing is, you know, like tenderloins are up, ribeyes are up.
There's not as much cattle.
True. But then other things like round roast and whatever is down.
Then go get an Instapot or a slow cooker, because they're just as good as those.
Some of the roasts, as far as the prices I see, I don't know what they put in the store, but those type of things are actually the same or down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But like the briskets and the flanks and that stuff and hamburger is crazy. Yeah, I think because usually you get hamburger relatively cheap.
I don't know. I bought directly from a supplier for years, and I have it shipped to my house, and it's ranch raised on grass, grass fed, grass finished. And they've kind of sent us a note that their prices won't be going up much. And they've actually opened a series of stores that do nothing but meat near me. I don't know how it's going the rest of the world, but my kids were always joking with me about the meat I get. And, um, and at least I know what it costs every month and I know what I'm getting and I can plan out my meals. Well, they were at this place and their prices are half what they are in the grocery stores here. I mean, literally. And they were talking to them. And they also sell all kinds of wild game like yak. Want a yak steak? They got it. Um, and the kids were talking to him and they said, "Oh, our mom buys her stuff through this company." And since they haven't given us an advertisement, Scott, I'm not saying their name. Um, and this store said, "Oh, that's our parent company. We're their brick and mortars." And their seafood there is great. So with me, the problem I have is the big stores here really jacking the prices because they know people are afraid they've gone up. And I'm not sure they haven't, but I know that people who are in control of their supply chains, that's not the truth. So feedlot guys are having problems.
Yeah. Yeah, I did read the stock, animal stock out there is lower. Wheezy showed some prices here. Tenderloin at $10 a pound is crazy. We can't even get it at our store that cheap. I don't know where that's coming from.
And Scott delivers the stuff, guys. He drives it around in his truck.
Yeah, most of it is like almost $11 a pound for the cheap ones. So I don't know how they're selling it for $9.99, but good on them.
Go buy it now.
But
You got a good freezer.
but $5.99 is a decent price for roasts. But anyway, all right, we're at 1:30. Let's bring some inspiration for the week. No more reads.
Mm-hmm.
Find your inspiration cards.
Uh-oh. Which ones I'm going to use? Wild Reflections.
What do we need to know for the week? Brings inspiration to all.
I'm going to use my sacred geometry. This is what I build my grids from.
Cool.
And I may be going back to doing real live for real readings in Dallas area. So watch out for the announcement, guys.
Neato. When does the real sugar go back into Coke?
It has down here. We've always kind of had it because they call it Mexican Coke, but we've always had it.
I want to know when my $5,000 Doge check is coming.
They better hurry because he won't be able to sign the check soon. Okay, that's a good one. I'd read it even if it was a crappy one. But I'll let you go.
The heck?
What you get?
No, I did. Okay, there we go.
Are you cutting everyone off?
No, I bumped something and I lost my screen.
Oh. Oh, I bought a new one. I got a new big monitor because my big monitor died. But and I was surprised at the cost, but I think they're trying to sell out everything that they bought pre-tariff. Anyway, go on.
I'm getting cards of challenges going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Ace of Swords, Ace of Winter, five of autumn. This is like five of coins. So there's some struggles, maybe a financial, feeling challenged. Ace of Winners, the Ace of Swords so it's like, don't be deterred. Listen up, think of new ideas. And then the Queen of Summer is the Queen of Cups. It's like listening to your heart, using your intuition, and that you may be taking on too much. So I think it's saying we need to stay more in the cup energy of the Queen, rather than taking on this negative energy, the negativity. Trying to blow it off, because it puts your mind, body, and soul in that Five of Cups energy, that Five of Autumn. You get challenged. So I think that's it.
Okay, what I got was the allowance. The frequency of allowance invites us to open up for whatever comes our way, without judgment, without opinion, without fear, most important, without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner, a wondrous dance of existence and expansion. The allowance image, and I've built grids to this, it's really an interesting grid to build. The allowance image resembles the spirit of the Joker, the Jester, the Fool. It is the embodiment of the infinite growth of spirit within, unbounded, fearless essence of expanded possibility, with little regard for conventionality or rules. Disguised as the Fool, the Jester, oftentimes it's a bearer of unwanted truth, messages that we feared and yet needed for evolution and growth. Allowance is the polar opposite of resistance. And Celtic Seer put it in the comments, the partial solar eclipse in Virgo will let the sun shine on parts of the world that what it wants, what is being covered up. Review your diet, your personal mental hygiene, daily routines, or your finances, and keep a close watch. That totally fits with this card. Try this. Going inside yourself, reflect for a moment on your lifestyle. What shows out this instant? Can you appreciate whatever the universe is bringing to you? Can you recognize the gifts of all the experiences you've held, even the ones you perceive as being negative? Can you get excited about how valuable lessons are being learned and experience and celebrate them? So, celebrate the expansion of our world. I mean, you had little kids, right, Scott? Because you got big kids now. So they were little at some point. Have you ever watched a small child learn to walk? If we could remember the frustration of that, what it was like to try to get up, know we could get there, see everybody else up, and fall down all the time. Just think about that. That's where we are now. We're learning to walk again. And that's my end of my preaching on this Sunday morning. I want people to have a big hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow's a great day to go talk to your ley lines if you have them. Or if you sensed you have an energy line, which may not be a straight line, it may be a wiggly line through your property. The Earth's energy and everything just explodes on the equinox and on the solstices. So, and
thanks, Julie. Don't take too much into it. Just laugh everything off.
Well, don't look
through it.
You can work with what you can work with. Don't take the evening news as, and we'll talk to Scott about it off air, but there was one incident this week and I finally did get thing you wrote me about. I got it confirmation and I found out what's going on around it. The thing in Mississippi, because I didn't want to talk about it till I know. Somebody's got 4 months of coffee in stock. Probably enough.
Hope so.
But remember, Trump's approval rating among the very wealthy dropped 16% in 3 weeks. I think they got the message. I think they're getting it.
Yeah. I honestly can't believe the economy's holding up as it is. It's bad. Hey, Danny Shay.
Hi, Danny Shay.
Can we start over?
You can rewind, Danny. You could just skip and go all the way back to the beginning and
But
see how.
thanks for popping in.
Yes.
Blessings, Carol. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Carol.
Appreciate you.
And all the other people. And for all of you who support us every week, and those who even managed to be smart enough to realize that when I put 9:30 in my announcement, I meant 10 and showed up on time. I showed up at 9:30 in case any of you got suckered into that.
All right. Everyone have a blessed day. Take care of you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.